Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Welcome to the beautiful circuit Paul Ricard, where today we're going to be taking part in round 6 of the WEC Experience Online Championship on Le Mans Ultimate. Now, what I really like about this championship is that you pick your car at the start of the season and you can't change it. Some weeks it will perform well, other weeks it won't. And I've got to be honest, I've practiced more for these online championship races than I ever have for any other race. And before this week, I'd never really driven that much around Paul Ricard. So I've had to put the time in and the practice in to try and get up to speed. So in the last video, I said I was going to give you a little bit of a look at the championship as it stands after 5 rounds. So by driver rank, we are currently P3 with 1,359 points. 21 points behind Basti Winkler. Now, if you look closely, round 5, we actually did it twice. I did a second race off camera. I think I scored 252 points in the first race, but I won the second race, a bit more competitive, and got 291 points. So by manufacturer, we are currently top of the tree. By nationality, we are currently 3rd, and overall, we are currently P11. But as you know, there's a bit of a challenge going on between me and my friend Duncan Kirby. He had an absolute shocker. Sorry, it's not funny. He had a shocker at Silverstone and could only bag 98 championship points. So I'm really happy with where we are in the championship after 5 rounds, and I've had some really good unexpected results. But these next 2 races are going to be really difficult because I'm not that familiar with Paul Ricard, and I don't think the BMW M4, which is what I'm driving, will be suited to the Algarve. So we went out there and qualified, and we ended up qualifying P2 with the 2-minute 5.443, just under half a tenth behind the pole sitter. But as usual, I'm going to try and stick to my plan and see if we can get a good result. But before we jump on track, I want to say a big thank you to today's video sponsor, the wonderful PC Specialist. Now, you may or may not know that I've been running a PC Specialist system for about 18 months. I do all my stuff on there, run triple screens on there, high frame rate with all the bells and whistles turned on. I record all the gameplay on there, and I edit all the footage on there. It's not an exaggeration when I say that that computer is the beating heart of this YouTube channel. When I turn on that computer, I need to know everything is just gonna work. So if you want to take your sim racing or content creation to the next level, please check out the link to PC Specialist down below in the video description. Use the code DAVE40 for £40 off your order. So once again, a huge thank you to PC Specialist for continuing to support the channel and sponsoring this video. So on with the race, 1 hour, 40 minutes around circuits Paul Ricard in the BMW M4, starting P2. Let's get on track. Here we go then. Round number 6. Just pipped to pole position. Cracking lap by the pole sitter. Porsche strong round here. But BMW feels good. No excuses. But we'll do the best we can. We'll try and stick to the plan like we've done the previous 5 rounds. I'm not going to get lulled into a battle. People want to overtake, they can. We'll just try and keep it clean and try and keep it safe. So it's going to go about 48 laps. Try and get it to lap number 30, then a short stop in the pits, and 18 laps after that. But we'll keep an eye on the lap counter. No hypercars, which is a bit of a shame, but it's Thursday. Right, here we go. Don't blink, Davy boy.
Green, green, green. Car left. Still there. Still there. Clear left. Tiny bit of aero damage there. You probably won't even feel it.
This guy wants to stay in front at all costs, and that's fine. I'm happy with that. If he wants to run off into the sunset, he can. If he wants to murder his tyres, use all his fuel, crack on, lad. We'll see you in a bit. Hopefully. Track limits here are an absolute nightmare.
Alright, clear right.
Steady on, man. Doing you. You donkey!
Alright, Angus, don't let this guy distract you.
Hopefully there's not much damage to the rear. Try and get rid of that chancer behind. If he pushes like this, the guy in front, his tyres aren't going to last. Well, they'll last, but they won't be in great shape at the end of the next stint. You just don't want to give this guy behind a chance to have another look. Thought he was pushing. Try and stay from the front now. Try and extend that gap.
You're in the lead.
Music to my ears.
The gap behind is now 1.0.
So when we get on the next lap, I'll try and explain where I'm lifting to save a bit of fuel, what I'm doing. I'll try. It's not easy. We'll try and explain it as we go. But obviously I'm not pushing. Too early on the gas there. So at the end of pit lane you'll see a break in the curb, and so I'm lifting at the first brake and then braking at the second. So there's a brake here, so I'm lifting there, then braking here. And nice and smooth round here. And then I'm going up to fifth, lifting before the 100, and then braking in between the two. And staying off the gas all the way around here until we need to get back on it a little bit there. Lifting all the way around here just till the car points where we want it to, then a bit of a lift here, pick up the second apex there, and then it's flat out if you get the line right through here. And then here we're lifting between the 200 and the 150 and braking just at the start of another curve. Hopefully you'll see it here. So we're lifting between these two, then braking just at the start of that curve. And then a late apex for this to get a good run out down the straight. So we're doing better on fuel than the guys behind. So here we're lifting just before the curb, or just on the curb. And then we're lifting when we can just see those two bollards there. And then trail braking all the way down to second, then up to third, just before we accelerate. Late apex. Lifting just at this access road here.
The gap to P2
then
behind
again
is
another
now 0.9.
late apex here for this one. And lifting just at the end of the blue, or start of the blue here. Then late apex. And lift as much as we can round here, just to open up the exit. That wasn't the best though. Right, focus Dave, he's caught up a bit because I've been giving it that.
The guy behind has just done a 207.19. Fastest lap for Tony, 207.11.
Right, let's try and create a bit of a gap. Guy that spans back up to P5, I think. P5? Yeah, P5. He won't have done his tyres any good either with that spin. Such a tricky turn, this one. A bit of a fuel check. So I want to be aiming for 3.3, so we're under that, which is great. Makes our stop a little bit quicker, but after the pits I've calculated the fuel to use 3.3 per lap in case we need to just push a little bit more. So we've put a bit of time into him now, 1.7 seconds. I don't mind him catching up a bit, because if he's catching then he's pushing more than I am, which means he's going to be using more fuel. So we'll get him the other way in the pits.
The gap to P2 behind is
But he's
now
not used that much more than us. We don't want to do what that Porsche did. We don't want to be doing this. That wasn't a warning, that wasn't a cut.
The track temperature's decreasing. It's now 28 Celsius.
It's caught up a bit again. I'm consistently inconsistent.
You've just done a 207.51.
Love turn 1 and 2 there. When you get it right, it's so satisfying. So the setup I'm using is from Go Setups, obviously. Brand new channel partner. There is a link in the description. Get 10% off, use the code DaveCam10. My results have skyrocketed since I've been using Go Setups.
1.8.
I paid for it just like anybody else. I think it was the 12th of February, and my results probably not where I thought they would be. I've had some really good results. So all the races that I've been doing in this championship, I've been using Go Setups. I'll do a bit of a tyre check as well. I can't believe that we went super wide there and didn't even get a cut warning. We'll be so patient there. So tyres are nice and cool. I'm not overdoing the tyres at all. Tyres are just chilling.
That was at 207.07.
Yeah, I don't think there would be any reason that anybody would need to change tyres here unless they had a big spin, took a load of wear off the tyres. But yeah, with a race of this length, I think you would just lose out if you took tyres. So my advice, don't take tyres, and I've done loads of testing. I did about 105 laps in one stint the other day when I was making a video about tyre wear. At the end of the third stint, so third tank of fuel, I was 1.7 seconds slower than I was at the end of the first stint.
You're leading.
Slower at the end of the second stint, but only by about 7/10. That's weird. In this championship, it normally just invalidates the lap, doesn't it? Are these rules different? These rules seem a bit different to the ones that were in the practice service. Seem a bit more lenient. So we shouldn't be far off, 3% better off than the guy behind now, fuel-wise. He should go down to 71 before ours goes to 73, or I hope it does. Yeah, it has. So we're going in the right direction. Big stuff in there for some reason.
The gap to P2 behind is now 1.8 seconds.
I said it's only going to go 47 laps. I'm going to fuel for 48. Maybe the pace is much slower than I thought it would be, the race pace. Because we are saving quite a lot of fuel. We can't shake him off completely.
That last lap was a 207.59.
To lift there a bit. Yeah, we're way under our fuel target. But we don't need to go any quicker, do we? I'm not going to push just for the sake of it. Only go as quick as you need to go. Try and control the race at your pace. Because if I go quicker, I'm just going to take life out the tyres, which will hurt me later on. I'll use more fuel, which means my stop will be longer.
The gap to P2 behind is now 1.7.
See, I'm sure in practice that would have been a cut. I think these track limits are different to the official practice session. because I touched this blue paint a few times in practice and I got a penalty.
Okay, Angus, we're matching race pace.
Overshot that. I didn't think that I would really enjoy Paul Ricard. I raced it years ago on ACC. I didn't really know it, didn't enjoy it. And I looked at the schedule for the championship and I thought, nah, Paul Ricard's going to be dull. But I actually really like the circuit. I'm just not a fan of all the paint. So far, so good though. Yeah, so we'll probably get to lap 31.
Okay, Angus, lap times are pretty consistent.
Before we need to actually go in for fuel. So we'll need even less energy, so 52% might not be far off. But that's based on what we've been doing. Need to remember that. But if we're going to do 17 laps at 3.3, that's about 57%, 56%. We'll put in 57 and manage it. I know we're probably... So let's change to 46. Just because the pace is pretty sedate. I could be a little tyke, you know, and put in a little bit more fuel in the pits and really push second half so it goes an extra lap. Potentially. We'll go as long as we can. Yeah, practice that would have been a cut as well. That would have definitely been a cut. We've got a back marker up ahead.
Okay, Angus, the next car is 1 lap behind.
Yeah, they would have been definite cuts. Definite cuts. P2 and 3 are having a right good ding dong, aren't they? I'm obviously rooting for Tony. I raced Tony at Silverstone, and the other guy damaged my rear splitter. Pit entrance here is a bit weird as well. Just weird because there's no, there is loads of runoff. There's no grass or gravel.
The quickest at the moment. You've just done a 207.38. Gap to P2 behind is now 3.8 seconds.
So because the strength of field midweek through the day isn't very high, I obviously need to do really well in these races. I'm car number 1, so on paper the highest ranked driver, so I need to make sure that I do as well as I possibly can, get the best result I can, because obviously championship points is determined by the strength of field. I think that guy just took too much of that curb in the Porsche, the inside curb. If you do, it just over-rotates the car a bit too much. I don't know what gear I'm in here, I didn't go that second. See the difference second gear makes, it just wouldn't rotate in third. I wondered why it wasn't coming back to us then,
Car right.
Thank you,
Clear right.
Zachariah.
208.21.
Last lap 3.09. basically an EV.
P2 behind is now 4.0 seconds.
Energy's looking healthy. Otto's isn't. Another reason why I think the track limits are different, when you do get a track limit when they're on strict, it doesn't go away, it just invalidates it just invalidates the lap, doesn't it? You don't get a chance to recover it. Whereas this one went yellow, then green, then disappeared.
That was a 207.19.
Could do with slowing the pace down a little bit so that lap counter adjusts so it looks like it's going to go 46 laps. Just for fun, and then try and do 47. Just for the crack. Again, wide. No penalty. What about this? All those three things that I did then in the practice server, I think, would have been a penalty. That would as well.
The gap to P2 behind is now 5.1 seconds. Mass is now retired.
Horrible those curbs when you touch them. I actually thought we were at the Algarve this week until I looked at the start of the week at the schedule.
Celsius.
And then thought, oh shit, I better learn Paul Ricard properly, which is why I did that video on the tyres, because I didn't really know it before then. The lap count has changed to 47 now. I would imagine people will fuel for 47 on the off chance. So that little mini game probably won't work.
P2 behind is now 6.2 seconds.
He's breaking away from Tony in P3, I think. Maxime. Fair enough. I just wanted to test that. Fair enough. So in the testing that I did, the circuit was more punishing on the rear right and the front left. Is that the case in this race? No, front left's not looking too bad. Rear right is looking a little bit ropey. Still looking in pretty decent nick after 19 laps or 18 laps. Definitely not going to be changing tyres. I've not changed tyres once. Oh, I have actually for wets, but apart from that, I haven't changed tyres once in this championship. And I've had some pretty decent results. So just over an hour left. If you're still here, you are an absolute legend. Thank you so much. I wouldn't be. That's for certain.
The gap to P2 behind is now 6.3 seconds.
And these races aren't about the action. It's to try and explain the benefits of racing a little bit differently to like the sprint racing that you're probably familiar with, and the benefits of looking after your tyres and watching your fuel usage. So you're pretty much off the gas all the way around there, you know. As soon as you enter that left, you're pretty much off the gas all the way. Next lap, I'll maybe give you a lap of the exterior TV camera, just to break it up. And you can listen to it, see what it looks like. So you're not staring at my ugly mug for any longer than you have to.
The gap to P2 behind is increasing. It's now 6.9.
But he was quite close earlier on, wasn't he? He was really pushing. He's obviously just overcooked his tyres. Because pace-wise, there wasn't much difference, was there? I suppose I was saving, but I don't think there would have been much difference in pace. Right. I'll let you watch this TV lap. I am still here, I'm just not talking. So there we go, that's a lap with the TV view. Back to my ugly mug now. Sorry.
The gap to P2 behind is now 7.6.
Yeah, race pace has definitely been slower than practice. Definitely. Or this session anyway. Who was it that spun? Was it Torres? I think it was, wasn't it? Was it Torres? Maybe not. I'll have a look at the screen above. See if that rings a bell. No, Thomas Juriger it was. And he's down in P15. So he's maybe gone in for an early stop. So gap to P2 is over 8 seconds.
The gap behind is
Tony's going to have to maybe do a bit of fuel saving here to try and jump him in the pits. Unless he's looked after his tyres a bit better and he's going to push on in the second stint. Shit, where am I going here? Don't look at the fourth screen, Dave. I wasn't even watching where I was going then. That could have been carnage, couldn't it? Could have been catastrophic. .51 minutes to go. Starting to think about food again at this point because I'm hungry.
Keep it up.
So tonight for dinner we are having some chicken breast with some crushed crispy onions. I'll make like a cornflour batter. So we'll get some crispy onions and panko breadcrumbs, pan fry them. Then I'm going to make some gravy with chicken stock cubes, bit of soy sauce and some onion marmalade. Beautiful. That's what we're having for dinner, with some chips, home cooked chips. Beautiful. I'm absolutely starving. I should really have some food before I do these races.
Angus, we're halfway home. This is terrific. Exactly what we came
But
here
these are
for.
at 3 o'clock, so I had some lunch at about 12. So I'm starting to get a bit hungry again now. If my old man knew what I was going to have for dinner, my old man passed away in 2018. And he was a very straightforward northern
The
Yorkshireman.
gap to P2 behind is now.
And if I said to him,
7.1.
Dad, I'm having some gravy with soy sauce and onion marmalade, he'd be like, you want some? Are you alright? Do we need to have a talk? That's what my old man would say. I'm talking about my old man. 2018, he passed away, and for the last month of his life, I was pretty much at his house all the time. Like from the minute I got up until, well, I stayed there. You know, between me and my siblings, we kind of stayed there 24/7, looked after him. And sim racing along with Julie, of course. But sim racing really got me through that period. Really did. And I joined the team at the time. Some more friends from Asymmetric. Stu, Abdul, James, a few others. Got me through that. I mean, I didn't like bang on about it or anything, but it was just a really, really nice distraction. And sim racing is a big distraction, isn't it? Because when you're in the rig, yeah, I'm talking now, but you don't really think about anything else, do you? When you're in the rig, it's a really, really good distraction. So if you've got anything going on, you jump in the rig into a race, especially, and you forget about everything else. So sim racing really did help get me through all that. Guy behind's caught up quite a bit here. Well, I've not been paying attention. Last time I looked, it was 8 seconds back. Because I've been talking about food. Let's get that back up. So energy-wise, 6% or 5% over Maxime in P2. Quite easy to save fuel here as well. But lift and coast keeps everything nice and cool as well. And when I say that, I'm talking to you, John, from Only Fools Gaming. He has the hottest tyres in sim racing. Lift and coast, John boy. Lift and coast. So what's it saying? Pit lap 31, 52%. I think we're going to need a little bit more than 52. Well, not if we were saving fuel, but if we want to give ourselves a little bit of wiggle room to push if needs be, because you never know, we might spin, we might get caught up, we might need to push. I did the WEC experience race the other day, and the session times must have been totally different in the track state, because I think in that race we were doing like 205s in that race, so it's much slower, and I'm not really driving that much differently. Guy in P2 will be looking to get to 30 laps. I don't think he will. Yeah, probably only get end of lap 28 maybe before he's going to come in. .29 if he saves a little bit.
to P2 behind is now 7.8 seconds.
Little reminder there. Don't drive like a bellend, Dave. So planted this setup, you know, from Go Setups. I'm not like bigging them up too much. I'm not like trying to sell the setups, but it is just so planted, really planted. Like through turns 1 and 2. Like over this little tricky bump, just like, it just wants to grip. It's just unbelievable. There is a link down below, by the way, 10% off. If you haven't saw my last video where I raced, what was I racing? Where did I race? Oh, Spa in the wet. At the start of that video, I talk about the partnership, and I show on screen my results from when I started using Go Setup. So I paid for the subscription just like behind the scenes, nobody knew, and I've been using them and loved them, and coincidentally, like genuinely, cross my heart and hope to die, Go Setup contacted me out the blue. So it was perfect. Out of contract with Grid and Go. It was perfect. Grid and Go, top guys. Spoke to them. They said, "Yeah, just go, Dave. You knew the score." Yes, I had a meeting with Andrea from Go Setups, and there's loads of good things coming as well. I mean, the Go Faster app, I need to explore it more. I've not really explored it fully. But like, for example, I could be driving around here, and if I was getting like a bit of understeer on corner entry, you can do a setup optimizer, and you tell it it's understeer on corner entry, or it's oversteer on corner entry, and it will make change to the setup, save you a new setup based on what you've told it that the car's doing for you.
The gap to P2 behind is now
incredible,
8.4.
unbelievable. And that's going to have some more changes in the future as well, and improvements, how it does it, you know, with AI and stuff like that. So exciting times, lots of good things happening with that piece of software. So I've become partners at a very good time. So guys behind will probably go in the pits now at the end of this lap. Maxi certainly. Well, he's made it to lap 29. If we could get 32 laps in, that would be an achievement, wouldn't it? Probably won't though. No, it won't. It'd be too much of a risk. There's no point. We would lose more time saving to get that extra lap. So end of lap 31 it is. 2 more. I think everybody else will have been in by then, so we're not going to have any traffic to worry about at all. Gap's now 10 seconds. Oh, they're going in the pits, that's why. Let's see if there's anything left in these tyres. Just try and push for the lap, just for the crack.
The next car is 1 lap behind. Davis is pitting from position 4. We think he'll be close in front of you when he exits.
This is where I'll struggle this part of the lap though. I'm up on the delta, but I won't be for long, I don't think. Like here. He's dropping. Gone a little bit quicker.
All right, Angus. There's a car exiting the pits. Heads up.
Yeah, so we're going to come in,
Okay, pit stop.
end of this lap. So we're going to do 16 laps, so we don't need that much fuel.
The pit crew is ready.
We'll go 54, we'll manage it. That's what we're going to leave the pits with. Not what's going in.
We didn't record pit timings.
Yeah, 54
The
should be.
position estimates may
Should
be
be
off.
plenty.
We should be coming out into clear air. On exit, we should be in position 1.
Try not to get a stop and go. There we
Box
go.
in. A 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Box now.
No damage getting fixed or anything like that, is there? Pro. So 54% going in. So we just need to make sure that we go slow enough for it to go 47 laps and no more.
Your exit looks clear. Stay behind the line.
Lost a little bit of time there in the pits, didn't we? Didn't drive right to the edge. I thought it would have picked us up at that point. Plenty of fuel, you don't need to save any if it goes 47. Tony's lost out massively in P3. I'm guessing he took tyres. Presume the guy in P2 took a couple, as he kind of lost another 5 seconds, didn't he? What are our tyres saying? 73% rear right. All nice and cool. Oh, it's cool. Few cars up ahead though to make things a little bit more interesting. Next lap I'll give you another TV lap just to break it up. Yes, I would imagine championship points, if we get 230, 240, I think we'll be lucky. I think. There's not going to be many on offer, that's for certain. Right, TV lap. See how this guy plays ball? Oh, look at that. What a legend. Thank you, mate. What a legend. Feels a bit loose out of there. So this is Zachariah. Past him earlier on. Still saying it's going to go 47 laps. What a legend. Thank you, mate. Back to this moneymaker now.
The driver in front of us is a lap behind.
It's a shame that Porsche went off early doors. It could have been a good fun race second half, because he was going to clean off, wasn't he? So it would have been a battle of strategies, I think.
The next car is 3 laps behind.
Such a tricky turn, this one. Such a tricky turn. Quite a technical track, this one. This is horrible because it's off camber. I'm going to wait for about 4 years for the apex. Probably could have gone away with a lot less fuel.
Your last lap time was a 2:07.31.
When you watch people though, you can see where the time is, you know, the track that they're not actually using. Using this curb, not using this curb. Probably pushing a bit too much mid-corner there and not thinking about the exit. Come on, Alex, do the right thing, sunshine. I'm not going to force it. He's backing off. Is he? No.
On your left. Still there. Clear left. Car right.
Fight with the leader, why don't you, you f***ing idiot. Like, I was just about off the track because I knew it was just going to cut right across. Alex, pay attention. 5 laps down as well.
The guy ahead is a lap behind.
Shit. Whoa. Oh ho 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 ho. Is everybody all right? I didn't like that.
The track temperature is decreasing. It's now 22 Celsius.
Right rear's at 69. Nice.
The gap behind is now 15 seconds.
I was nice with Alex as well there, you know. Like, I didn't try and force it into here. Like, I was dead patient. And it's your job as the car being overtaken is to facilitate the safe overtake. So I was alongside him there. That's when you give it up. That's when you give it up. And I'm not in a position to overtake here now, so I wouldn't even try it. Shit. It's getting a little bit sketchy now. I don't mind that though. Makes it a bit more interesting. Thank you very much, my good man.
Left side,
Thank
clear
you.
left.
See if it does it again. Yeah, fine. I must have just done something completely wrong.
That's 20 minutes to go.
But tyres generally feel alright. Like, I wouldn't recommend anybody changes tyres here.
The gap to
Just lose too much time.
is now 16 seconds.
I mean, even if you changed tyres, it would have to be mismatched front, left, rear, right. Maybe, or the rears. I wouldn't do it. But we'll keep an eye on the pace of the guys behind us compared to us who have taken tyres. I assume anyway. I assume Tony's took all 4 tyres. And I would assume Maxime took 2, just based on where they were behind us when we pitted compared to where they were before. Right, I'll give you a TV camera view. Just for the change.
That lap
Back
time
with
was
me.
2:07.66.
That would have been a penalty in practice. I'm almost certain. You've got loads of fuel. Far too much. Better to have too much than too little though. I've learned that at least.
The gap to P2 behind is now 18 seconds. Okay, Angus, 15 minutes left. That's 15 minutes.
So I'm sure Max in front said hello before the race. I'm sure he did in chat. I'm sure it was Max. As did a few people actually, so thank you to everybody who said hello. So Max and Christoph.
2:07.73.
Oh, he wasn't 5 laps down. I'm looking at a different screen. That was when they went in the pits. You know, when I said he was 5 laps down, he wasn't 5 laps down. Talking absolute nonsense. I think if I'd have put a lap together when I had decent tyres, I think I could have gotten the 5s, I think.
Gap to P2 behind is now 18 seconds.
So I know these videos aren't for everybody, and I know they're not the most, it's not the most exciting content, but it's not, I haven't posted them for content like I mentioned earlier on. It's to give people an idea who are doing this, what tyre wear is like, what fuel usage is like, strategies, that kind of thing. I'd like to get that gap to over 20 seconds though. I shouldn't really set stupid like objectives when there's absolutely no need, but if we can, it would be nice. Since he broke our splitter, I would like to gap him to 20 seconds for his little chancer move earlier on. Tony's in the low 7s now. So he's lapping quicker than the guy in P2. So Tony's strategy might pay off and get him a P2 because he's less than a second behind him.
Car left.
Thank you,
Clear
Max.
left. The gap behind is now 18 seconds.
Legend. Didn't have to, but thank you. So Christoph now in front. It's good with that screen up above there. I can see all the information. It's nice to know people's first name. Bit formal, isn't it, calling them by the second name?
Okay, Angus. 10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left.
Come on, Tony, get that P2.
The car in front is 1 lap behind. Car left. Clear left.
Thank you, mate. He made it as easy as he could there. Thank you, my good man. Do a tyre check. 65 rewrite. That's fine. Right, let's get that gap over 20 seconds. We should be able to because they'll fight. Side by side now, I think, pretty much. If I can't get it over 20 seconds, I'll be devastated.
The gap behind is now 18 seconds.
And we've got no traffic now. Car still feels pretty decent. Over 20 seconds now. Tony's made his move. think Tony in P2 is a Silver 2 driver as well, you know. So, if you're beating people like that, you might get, you know, a few more points. So, in the championship, I'm obviously competing against my mate Duncan Kirby.
Come on, Angus, just 5 minutes
And we've
left.
got a bit of a
Hold your nerve,
forfeit
we
going
can
on.
win
Whoever
this.
finishes the lowest in the championship's got to do a forfeit. His community's going to decide mine. My community's going to decide his. So realistically, he's going to have to score about 400 points here this week to catch back up. So good luck with that, Duncan. I don't know what the forfeit's going to be. You know, this might sound wrong, but I quite fancy watching him do a race in bare feet with painted toenails. Now, that might make me seem like I've got a bit of a foot fetish, but I can imagine how Duncan would feel about that. Painted toenails and a wig. Or dress up in drag. That would be something else, wouldn't it? I don't know, I'll speak to my community and we'll come up with something. I'll put a post on the YouTube comments section, or YouTube community section, should I say. So 2 more laps.
You've just done a 207.87. Sector 1 is 0.46 off the pace. Tony is getting closer. The gap's now 19 seconds.
Those fresh tyres are starting to pay off a bit now. So if this was a full stint, you know, we'll be going twice as long again, it would definitely chop that gap down quite a bit, but we'd still be in front of him. It'd maybe take 10 seconds out of us, maybe. Because we put about, what do we put in, 54% or something? Steady on. The tyres have seen better days, that's for certain, but they're nice and cool. We haven't overworked them. Just the wear's kind of slowly dropped off, which is exactly what happened when I did the test, when I did 100 laps on one set of tyres. The grip just slowly faded away. There was no big cliff, although somebody in the comments said wait till you get to about 5%, because I think at the end of the 4-hour session, I think my rewrite was on 9%. A lad said in the comments that wait till you get to 5%, it literally does drop off. He said it's like driving in the rain. That should be the last one. Go on, Jim, give us the good news.
Come on, Angus, one more lap, keep it together, we'll win this. Your lap time was at 2:08.06.
Let's not bin it now, Davy boy, or Angus.
The guy behind has just done a 2:06.63.
Flying on those tyres. I think our best lap of the race should be secure. Or is it a 2:06.307? It's not that far off it though, is it? Just 0.3. I think the worst feeling tyre out of them all, even though it's not as worn as the rear right, is the front left. Round the left-handers, it's not feeling great. Although we've just got a purple sector too. At this stage of the race on these tyres, that's mental. So we could obviously have gone a lot quicker than our best lap. But gang, that is mission accomplished. That's the best that we could possibly do. Get as many points as possible.
Well done, Angus. Great win. You deserved that today. Acknowledged. Pit stop requested.
Thank you, Jim. Right. Let's get off the track and have a look. Oh, crikey, I don't want to go off. And have a look at the results. Pull over here. Next to this nice paint. So we finished first. Our best lap of 2:06.306. Up one position, and we gained 260 championship points. Let's have a look at the official race results. So we got the win, Tony P2, Maxime P3. We gained on both driver rank and safety rank. Finish time, 1 minute 40 and 50 seconds. So there we go. Started P2, ended up getting the race win. Again on our safety rating and again on our driver rating. And we scored 260 championship points, which is way more than I thought I was going to get. Getting the top spot in the championship based on driver rank is looking a bit more unlikely, but you never know, we might be top BMW. So my advice to anybody doing this would be lift and coast as usual. Lift and coast where I suggested. That's probably your best way of getting a good result this week. And don't change tyres. If you're lifting and coasting, then your tyres should be fine. As you saw in this race, Tony, who finished in P2, he took 4 tyres. He was much quicker at the end of the race, but he lost too much time in the pits and he couldn't get it back. So join me next week at Portimao for the final round. So if you did like this video, please remember, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more, please consider subscribing. And as always, thank you for watching. Have a great week. See you later. Cheers.